there are things that your brain must have. Your brain must have these things. And for most of us, the rich and the poor, worse with the poor and the underprivileged, but even with those who are supposed to know better, who think that they are doing the right things, we find that we're not getting enough. So I have a list of about 7 things I call the big 7, which I feel we must have, and these probably have the most research behind them. I put vitamin D at the very top because that seems to be the most important, not just for the development of the brain, but also for the protection of the brain. We mentioned thiamine, B vitamin. Vitamin C has been much maligned. I see that as a problem. Vitamin C is hugely needed by the brain. We can't talk about that too much now, but zinc and potassium too are very important for brain function. A few things about vitamin D. We now know is about 40% if your vitamin D levels are optimal, not 30 nanograms per mil. I mean, the range is 30 to 100. But now neurologists who are treating dementia patients like Dr. Dale Bredesen and others are now saying that it should be closer to 100. I checked mine recently, it's about 83. I'm still alive. People are always like, well, that's too high. No, it's not too high. It's really, it's really, they're now saying 100 should be your standard. So that's really important. I'm not going to read these out in full, but it just says a lot of the things that vitamin D can do in terms of protecting against dementia and in terms of helping with memory, processing speed, and so on. But it's really, really important, especially for we Black people who are, as a rule, deficient, especially during the winter. I feel it's almost malpractice. If you, as a doctor or healthcare professional, don't check a Black person's vitamin D levels, because that is part of the problem. All this, many of these conditions, vitamin D deficiency plays